Welcome to the podcast that refuses to let you live on autopilot. This isn't about motivation quotes or someday plans. It's about real tools, clear decisions, and the strategies that turn intention into momentum. Your presenters are coaches and truth tellers who live this work. They help people break stuck patterns, cut through the noise, and build lives that actually move forward. No theory, no fluff, just execution. This is for people done circling the runway, ready to choose growth over comfort, ready to build their best life on purpose. Lean in. Here are your hosts, Christine Baylor-Goodlander and Melanie Olivieri.
Good morning, beautiful people. It's Christine and Melanie from Collaborative Growth Coaching. And this morning, we want to talk to you about a little hack that takes you from being busy to being happy. And, it's got nothing to do with buying like the newest gadget or squeezing more into the calendar. It's really all about subtraction. So that's right, subtraction, not addition, not doing more, but the magic that happens when you do less. So if you've ever felt like you're bursting at the seams, too many emails, too many plans, too much on your plate, sit back and relax because we promise you're about to breathe a whole lot easier.
So there's this myth in our society that more is always better, and it's not. Sometimes it's just plain overwhelming. So how many times have you thought, if I had more time, more friends, more experience, more everything, then I'd be happy? We worship more in this society. More appointments, more apps, more stuff. How many of us feel like we're surrounded by stuff, right? But what if that secret isn't adding to it, but letting go of some stuff? Giving yourself some space. I have a friend who, you'd think she was a superstar, right? She's a loving mom. She's got her own business. She helps in the community. She's in PTA. Just everything. She has her hand in a lot of different things. And one night she was playing with her son, and they were working on a puzzle, and she just burst into tears. No reason. She was just running on empty. She was feeling like she was failing everyone because she was trying to do it all. Does that sound familiar? I think we've all been her at some point, haven't we?
Oh, absolutely we have. But here's a little thing. Let's talk about gardening for a second. So in nature, more is not always better, right? Rose bushes get pruned every season. If you let the branches grow, they get wild and tangled and you get tiny little buds. Pruning, also known as subtraction, brings out the strongest, most gorgeous flowers. So what if you pruned your life the same way? What if you cut away the things that are draining you and make more space for things that are strong, things that are beautiful, those experiences?
Some people try to be superhuman. They say yes to everything. They volunteer for every event at school or at work. They try to hit the gym. They meal prep. Do you meal prep?
No.
Me neither. I can't get the whole meal prep thing.
I can't decide. I go home and what's for dinner? I don't know. What should I cook?
Yeah.
You know.
But, and then add in like, I don't know, I want to play the drums. So trying to do everything. And you get exhausted and distracted. And then you get snippy with the ones that you really shouldn't get snippy with because they're the ones that support you. So when you start taking away, say no to a few of those social invites. You don't have to go everywhere. Let your side of the projects hibernate a little bit and let somebody else step forward. Even pausing some of your Facebook or some of your social media stuff. Amazingly, you'll see your relationships get deeper. Your sleep will improve. And life will just feel richer because you can focus on the things that make it richer.
So here's a mindset shift for today. Subtraction is not missing out. It's about making room for what truly matters. So when you delete an app that distracts you, for example, or you say no to a commitment out of guilt, or clear out your junk drawer, or you're getting yourself space. You're gifting yourself something. Okay. You're making space for joy, for connection, and your own well being.
Yeah. And you need to take that time.
You do.
Sometimes you have to shut out the world to be able to focus in on the part of the world that's more important to you, most important to you, your family, your inner life. So, what are some of the everyday areas that you can subtract for a fuller life? Commitments, calendar commitments. How many of us, we do this? We write down every craft show that's out there that we want to see, just so we remember when they are. But just because you wrote something in your calendar doesn't mean you have to do it. So take a look at what's on your calendar for the next week and say, okay, which ones do I absolutely have to do? And beyond those, which of the others brings you joy or brings some meaning into your life? And cross off one thing this week, just one. Give yourself that amount of space.
So you can unsubscribe from a few of your email lists. When I open my email in the morning and I see over 200 emails, I want to scream because I know full well that 200 emails do not require my immediate attention. So, you can delete some of that stuff, silence a notification, delete an app that doesn't serve you. It just ends up taking up space in your phone.
And then there's those toxic relationships, the ones that drain us, the ones that it doesn't matter how many times you see this person, how many times you talk to them, every time you walk away exhausted. It's okay to spend less time with that relationship or set a loving boundary or honestly say, I can't do this anymore. And just take your time and back away from it.
So you've got your to-do list, and your to-do list is on overload. So circle the top 3 that matter to you most for the day and let the rest wait.
And then there's the one that so many of us do. It's the whole negative self-talk. When you catch your inner critic yammering at you, tell him thank you, open up the freezer door, and stuff him inside. Or some people say throw him in the back seat of the car. Just hit delete. Take that thought and consciously change it to one that's kind or one that's positive.
So let's do some practical application here. First thing I want you to do is write it out. List everything pulling at your time and your attention right now. Errands, social invitations, digital distractions, even that kitchen gadget that you always move but never use. Write it all down.
Oh, come on. We don't have any of those, do we?
Yeah, that's the junk drawer, right?
And then take the subtraction test. Look at your list and ask, if I took this out, would my life feel lighter or heavier? If it's lighter, then let it go. Allow yourself that grace.
Yeah, give yourself permission.
Yeah, even if it's only for a short amount of time, you can always go back to it if you need to.
So, and then celebrate your space. Notice what you feel with a little bit of extra room. Maybe it's time for a walk with your daughter or someone special, or read a book, or just breathe for a few minutes without noise.
So you can kind of look at this as an analogy that life is like a closet. So think about your closet and think about that favorite shirt you have or the favorite skirt or outfit And you open up your closet and it's like, okay, I know it's in here somewhere because you've got all this clutter in there. You have the clothes you don't wear. You have the clothes you don't like. You have the clothes you might get back into 6 months from now. Clear out that clutter and you can find that best piece of yours, the piece that makes you feel joyful, makes you sit up straight, makes you feel happy. Let the happy back in. Works the same with your day-to-day life.
So, friends, you were not born to be busy. You were born to be joyful and at peace and truly alive. So try one of the subtractions this week and just one of them, and see if you don't start feeling a bit lighter. And remember that sometimes less isn't just more, less is best. So if anything we said this morning resonates with you or makes you think of someone you know, please share it with them. You can find us on YouTube and all the podcast stations. Give us a listen, like, subscribe. It helps the algorithm clearly. And it lets us know that we're on the right track. If you have anything that you want to share, please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach us on social media, and you can also reach us here on the podcast. So until the next time, keep dwelling in your limitless possibilities, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
See you soon.